Okay, I am sitting down to a dinner of some electrolyte infused water, some beef jerky, and some Chips Ahoy cookies. We'll see if I'm still hungry after that, but wanted to go over kind of my preparation and training for this challenge. So I am 66 days and about 1,270 miles into this challenge, and I'm feeling actually stronger than ever. I feel like my preparation was really good for this trail. Even though it was a really spur of the moment decision. I didn't know I was going to do the Appalachian Trail until like right before I went up to Katahdin. But I think my athletic career up to this point prepared me really well for the Appalachian Trail, and thought I would share just some of the training insights as to how to prepare for this kind of thing, how to train for it so that you show up at Springer Mountain, at Katahdin, or at your trail of choice ready to go. So yeah, I've always been an athlete. I started at the age of 5 swimming competitively, did that through college, was fairly strong at the ACC level, and retired from the sport in 2022. So I think just being active a lot, especially in that endurance kind of sport, those events were 2 to 5 minutes, but I think just, being an athlete and training at a high intensity allowed for that cardiovascular efficiency, that muscular endurance that I'm really tapping into here on the trail. I don't think you can just swim and train for this, but it definitely didn't hurt. So if you're a soccer player, basketball, any kind of athlete, I think that is more of a preparation than you think for this kind of thing, especially if you're on your feet. So when I graduated college, I really went into the sport of running, specifically road marathons. And I performed pretty well with those, got down to a 2:44 in the marathon. Nothing to write home about, but I think pretty solid and faster than a lot of trail walkers can claim. So when I was training for that marathon, for those marathons, and I was performing pretty well, I think a lot of that training was really applicable to trail walking. So I would run 8 to 12 miles before work. I would walk to and from work with a backpack. I would walk on my lunch break, and I would oftentimes go for an additional walk or run in the evening. And then on weekends, I was kind of always on my feet or at the gym. So I was putting up, and I would do a standing desk oftentimes at work, and oftentimes be like standing or on my feet whenever possible. So I think incorporating a lot of time on feet into my everyday life, kind of 20 to 30 miles a day with a full-time job. And on the weekends, it was maybe a little bit more than that. Being on my feet as much as possible and carrying a backpack. So I think if you want to prepare for this kind of event, I think incorporating daily walking, some running, but it's not necessary. Like you don't need to run at all on this trail. Kind of incorporating walking throughout the day. So, get up before work, walk either to work or before work, try to stand up or walk around during the day, and maybe walk with the kids or the dog or yourself after work. Yeah, I think you can pile in a lot more walking into your day than you would think. And you can get through this trail on 10 miles a day. So yeah, I think walking a lot, carrying a weighted like backpack or something definitely helps, because that is something to get used to. Is a really good way to train and prepare for a challenge like this. Obviously, a lot of the backcountry camping skills are a little bit different, but I think in terms of physical preparation, incorporating a lot of time on feet into your everyday routine is a great way to train for the Appalachian Trail or any kind of backpacking trip.